Hi, I'm Elizabeth Ferguson, and this is a book like that one, Reader's Advisory for LGBTQIA+ teens. I am a high school librarian, and so this lesson is primarily focused on school libraries, although I think that the tools provided will assist anybody working in youth services in general. We're going to address course outcomes 2, 3, and 5, and then I have broken that down into individual objectives as well about recognition of LGBT+ individuals and identifying materials for them. We're going to start with vocabulary and that broad spectrum of individuals that we're talking about. There's a lot of letters here. This slide is a stepping off point for you if you need to look at any of these and their definitions. You don't have to understand all of them or the nuances of them, but if you are dismissive of them, you will alienate some patrons, and not just your LGBT patrons. Categories are complex, they're messy, and while they help some people understand the world better and find comfort in recognition and company, they can confuse and potentially isolate others. So know that your students are just starting to figure this out, or not figure it out. One rewarding part of youth services and school libraries is being a part of that journey. Don't make assumptions. Don't rush them. It isn't a team for kickball, right? Respect privacy. Think about who's around, who can hear you when you're working with a student or patron. This is all just respect, like any reader's advisory. But as you know, there are always different layers to consider when working with other people. Knowing your collection is the foundation of all reader's advisory. Which if you're working in the library now, you already know. Use that catalog, but remember that MARC records may have different tags. In this particular instance, they might have tags like gay, lesbian, homosexuality, different vocabulary like that. So when you're demonstrating these searches with student patrons, think aloud to show them how to search. Show them that a book like Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda, for example, may have subject tags like gay fiction and love stories fiction. And if they explore love stories, they may find even more queer stories than just exploring gay fiction. Remember that queer people read straight stories and straight people read LGBT stories, so don't get hung up on that. Use online resources to develop a strong LGBT collection. The ALA gives us the Stonewall Awards and the Rainbow List, but Goodreads has crowdsourced recommendations. Remember, though, that taste is as complicated as identity, and subjects and tags are constructs. In school libraries, you're teaching your students that books are more complex than a love story. Annie on My Mind is very different than More Happy Than Not, and everything is very different than Call Me By Your Name. Like in any reader's advisory, you can't reduce these books to their love story alone. Ask questions, but don't pry or make assumptions, once again. A book like that one may mean period romances with references to philosophy rather than anything to do with the love story, gender, or anything like that. Be flexible. Queer teens don't have to like or even read all queer books. It isn't personal. Remember, you are building a trust relationship. Whenever you work with teens or anyone, you are teaching them how to find what they love, not just find it for them. You're not just finding it for them. You're empowering them by showing them they are valid and that they're not alone. Here are some final notes, practical reminders I'll leave you with as I'm out of time, but please reach out if you have any questions at all. Thank you.